Classroom Management and Final Presentation by Clara Anders. Mission statement. A mission statement is what you are going to do. It's like your objective and your goal. Our mission as kindergartners is to listen, be nice to others, follow directions, and learn new things. We will do our very best each day. Our goal is to be ready for first grade and never stop learning. Classroom rules. Rules are prescriptions for behavior. You never should have more than 3 to 5 rules, and they should not be your procedures. We will follow directions. We will respect others and their property. We will listen when others are speaking. Consequences are a result or effect of an action or condition. These are my consequences. First, I would give them a verbal warning, and I would remind them of the rules and the expectations, and then remind them that there is going to be a consequence if they continue to make poor choices. Then, if that didn't work, I would send them, let them have a reflection time. I would send them to a time out, a space by themselves, and where they can set to 3 to 5 minutes, and they can think about what they did, why they shouldn't have done it, and hopefully change their behavior. Then, number 3, I would have a personal improvement plan where me and the student would talk about what they were doing, why they were doing it, and try to come up with some kind of reason why they weren't following the rules and expectation, and come up with some kind of way to deal with it, some kind of consequence. Then, if that didn't work, I would call the parent or guardian and let them know what is going on and tell them everything I've done. I would let them know that we've already talked about it. We've given a timeout where they could reflect on it, think about it. We've already come up with some kind of way to improve it, and none of those worked. I would let them know that it did not work. Then my last and final resort would be to go to the principal's office, and then that way where the student could go down there and discuss their behavior with them. And I would also document everything that I had already tried, so I could give the principal my documentation, just like I would document for the parents, and let them know what I had done before I called them. Okay, classroom procedures, the practice steps we take to accomplish a goal. Okay, we would have a morning procedure where we enter the room quietly without interrupting others. We're going to put our backpacks on our hook. We're going to put our lunch on the shelf, and we're going to put our take-home folder in our cubby. Then we're going to move our attendance tag to either hot lunch or cold lunch. And then we'll go get our bell work out of the pink tray and begin working on it. If we have any papers or notes that I need to see, then the child will put those in the purple bin for me. When we line up to leave the room, we're going to stand quietly. We're going to push our chairs in quietly, and we're going to quietly walk to the door without touching anyone and stand on our number on the floor. That's already taped on the floor for them. They're going to face the front, their hands at their side, and they're going to wait for my instructions. And then preparing to go to lunch, we're going to use the same lining up procedures. And if the child brought their lunch, they're going to get it off the shelf and get back in line. And they're going to take whatever they need. Like if it's cold outside, they'll go ahead and take their jacket or whatever they need, because once we leave, we cannot come back to the classroom. Okay, and then our restroom, they'll have several restroom breaks throughout the day. They'll be able to go to the bathroom before class begins, before lunch, at recess, and before they're dismissed to go home. And if they need to go to the restroom when it's not one of those set times, they're going to raise their hands. They will know that they cannot scream out at me and holler, "I need to go to the bathroom," or they can't just get up and walk out of the room without permission. They have to wait for me so I can tell them yes or no. And then when we're ending the day, they're going to wait. We're going to get it together. They're going to wait at their tables, and I'm going to call them one at a time to get their backpacks and everything out of their cubbies. And then they'll return to their seat, and they'll put it in their backpack. They'll get it all together. Then they'll clean their little work area, and then they'll go to the carpet, and they'll have their number on the carpet, and they're going to sit on their number, and they're going to wait for me to dismiss them. Okay, a parent, student, and teacher contract is a written agreement made between the 3 parties that outline specific objectives and goals. They provide you with a way to communicate your expectations with regards to learning goals and in-class behavior for students, as well as what you need from the parents of your class. Presenting students and parents with the explanation of the responsibilities in your classroom can make sure that everyone is on the same page and ready to learn. This is my parent-teacher student contract, and Each one of them has to sign. The parent has to sign their part, the student signs their part, and then I have to sign my part. So we all have to sign it. Okay, nonverbal cues that allows teachers and students quickly and respectfully communicate their reactions, needs, and levels of understanding in the classroom. These are the classroom signals that I will use. But say the secret word, where I'll let the kids choose the secret word, and of course we'll vote on it, and the one that has the most votes will be the secret word for that day. I'll also have a bell where I'll ring the bell, and then I'll also say give me 5, where the kids will hold up their hands with their 5 fingers up in the air, and each finger stands for like eyes on speaker, mouth closed and quiet, body still, ears listening, and hands still. Then I would use sometimes if you hear me clap once, and then I also might use music, and I'll use different signals throughout the day. That way the kids don't get used to hearing the same thing over and over and just quit responding. Okay, Conscious Discipline is a comprehensive social, emotional, and classroom management program that uses everyday life events to teach children and adults self-control, conflict resolution, character development, and social skills. I plan on implementing conscious discipline by creating a safe place, by making my class feel like we're all a family, by building connections with my children and let my children build connections with each other. And I'll try to turn a power struggle into kindness, like what the teacher did for DJ. She turned his power struggle that he was looking for into kindness by giving him a job. And then I'll make students aware so they can change, aware of their actions. So if you don't know what you're doing, you can't change if you're not aware of what you're doing. Kind of like what Dr. Bailey said. She didn't realize how many times she said, okay, okay. And then when she realized how many times she did it, she was able to change it. So she did not say it as much. So we'll make them aware so that we can work on a change and hopefully change them for the best. And then also using breathing techniques, because I like the video when a child gets upset, the different breathing techniques seem to work with the children to help them calm down before we could actually do any kind of change or any kind of thing to help them. And this is my final presentation.